little city in the Americas, founded in 1325. EA Sports coverage of the... Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. Throwing to start the drive, Johnston. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they've got him run across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown! After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. Shouting through the defense. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. 54 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And powering through it. There he goes, left side. Inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 13 and also a first down. On first down, Johnston. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. Touchdown! Jameson Williams, 56 yards. And the Armadillos go up by 2 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
The throw to the middle taken in. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. Breaks a tackle. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Johnston. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown. 30 yards. And the Armadillos Efforts continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Bijan Robinson, a touchdown run in the victory. In the first half, it was the Alabama man, Jahmyr Gibbs, who had it cooking. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these two teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And bulldozing his way through. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He might score. He will score. Touchdown. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
Third quarter action, and this offense will have a 1st and 10 as they get set for the next drive. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 23 yards on the play. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down. Gibbs straight ahead. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Man, 206 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. They find some open field, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for the touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Armadillos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the number.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead. There he goes, left side. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go again with Gibbs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup and it moves the chains. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's a 2nd and 5. And he works free. And just shutting him off there. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there,
It's the NFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Mexico City. It's the Falcons and the Armadillos under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us south of the border to the vibrant capital of Mexico City. Coming up, a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a potential classic in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Armadillos of Mexico City. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one.
This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. Throwing to start the drive, Johnston. And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And touchdown! Jahmyr Gibbs, 75 yards. And the Armadillos have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time I look and repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown! Jahmyr Gibbs. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Armadillos. With a little over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. Throwing to start the drive, Johnston. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the give, here's Gibbs. There he goes left side. Inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Armadillos are able to strike quickly. Now a play fake here on first down. Open man right side is St. Brown. He's still on his feet. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Armadillos continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Loose inside the 30. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And so the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half. This is caught. It's Woods. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half time. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. The second half starts with a run by Gibbs. Down the numbers. There he goes. inside the 20. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 75 yards. And the Armadillos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! Jameson Williams, 53 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. On this. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 51 yards. And the Armadillos are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their foot. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And some room to work. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big chunk of yardage there. 37 yards. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their bicep.
And he will get into the end zone. It's enough. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And some room to maneuver. There he goes again. He may go. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead, late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. 16 yards, a 1st down. And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there, to go the entire season and then play for the right to go to the Super Bowl and the right to call themselves NFC champs. Elation has to abound.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Armadillos and the Bengals, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, from Mexico City, our visitors, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On second down, here's Gibbs. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs. On 1st and 10, Johnston. He's got a man, complete. Still on his feet. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown, 75-yard. They'll run with Gibbs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Armadillos will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. They go play action here on first down. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. Down the sideline he goes. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Armadillos continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drop.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about
a big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown! A great play there. 63 yards. And the So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Gets through, and now an opening. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 68 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Johnston. Caught by Woods. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. Now he's into the clear again. He's on his way. And all the way in for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Armadillos will... Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go jet sweep here with Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right?
Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Armadillos will add on to their lead here in the final. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they have been the better of the 2 sides to this point with a 2-score lead, 4th quarter of this Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Another run for Gibbs here. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Jimmy.
changes in the game here in the fourth quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And he is going to have a 1st down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory. Hand off now to Gibbs. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs,
28 yards.
and the Armadillos have put this one to bed.
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.